Sorry about that.
Ohio.
I'm gonna fix that before our next game, so we don't have to worry about that again. Um, but yeah, you we're gonna come back to the tattoos. There's like two other things I want to address before here. Um, you take off the tattoos. Peregrine's face goes through a lot of strange motions here. Goes through a lot of strange, intense emotions. First, he looks at it, and he just kind of seems studious. And then his eyes like bulge out a little bit, and he stands up a little straighter. And then he looks to Ariana, and then he produces some flame in his hand and looks at you very upset, and then disperses the flame from his hand and steps back, and then just kind of looks down for a while. And he just kind of goes through this whirlwind of emotion as he sees your tattoos.
Hmm.
Do I see that?
Yes, everybody sees.
Oh, oh, everybody sees it. Oh,
Kubo
okay.
actually is gonna look around real quick and try to meet his siblings' eyes.
Yeah, Dessa and Savage are looking at it like they've never seen your father act that upset or flustered by something. So they
Same.
kind of
Okay.
your eyes.
Did my mom react at all? I guess maybe I was looking at my dad, so maybe I didn't see. But is she just chilling or?
Mom looked very stern, and it kind of looked like your father was asking her permission to turn Leopold into a greasy spot on the ground, and she told him no.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Well,
interesting.
oh, as soon as I see that, I'm gonna give him a confused face for a second, and then put my arm down and walk towards him. Is there, and as I'm walking towards him, I show him my arm. Is there seem to be an issue? And I get closer.
He looks at it and he just kind of like winces slightly and is like, "Oh, kid, you don't know jack shit, do you, about nothing?" And he kind of winces from your arm as you're pulling it up to him.
And tell me, what is this thing I do not know? And I bring it closer to his face.
Oh, Kubo's gonna kind of grab your shoulder when you try to do that, and just be like, I think he can see. It would be a little rude to shove it any closer in my dad's
It would
face.
be rude. He bursted a flame in his hands. He was about to burn me alive. Did no one see that?
Hey,
That's
no,
rude.
no, no, no. Hey, buddy, Leo. Hey, man, let me come here. Let me come here.
And I
And
put my arm
yeah,
down.
Leo, I'm just gonna fill you in real quick. My dad, he's just an old man. He's an old, uh, fallen angel. He's shown fire before. It's just something he does. It was nothing personal. He just does that sometimes.
I'll keep that in mind the next time I let that slide and I'm dead on the ground.
He
And I
wouldn't
walk away.
do that.
I walk away.
Okay.
And
Um,
I head back to the gentleman that was showing my arm originally.
You may or may not notice, but on one side of the little cube, the pattern appears that's a carbon copy of what Leopold's tattoos look like.
oh, so you like take a snapshot of it basically?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Um, yeah, he Peregrine seems like paced back and forth for a second, trying to figure out how to talk about this. And I just want to give you this information. You would find this out either through Savage or other people on your way here, Kyle. And I just want to give you this information because it is important for you. Adlaria registered for that table where she lost her, like got so many years of life using one of your last names as a surname. She used the name S. Aludin as her last name for that registration.
Okay.
And the other thing that you'll find out is, and you would kind of know this as well, Boone, the tiefling that escaped with, not losing any more years of life, but didn't gain any, that was kind of your main criminal contact. He is a high priority contact in Sheen. Like police everywhere want to bring him in. He's got a very high bounty. He's wanted very badly. And so those are things that you would just know from the prior thing and information you would have gotten from Savage and other places.
Okay.
Finally, your father stops, Peregrine stops and goes, okay, so I gotta explain a bunch of stuff to you guys for this to make sense. Okay? So we're just gonna chill and I'm gonna explain a bunch of stuff to you real quick so you guys understand why I wanted to kill Leopold for a second there. So you get it. There are 3 great summoner families. These are the guys that control multitudes of demons, multitudes of angels. They summon fierce creatures from other planes to do battle. They've committed huge war crimes, mindless atrocities. They're a big deal. The 3 family names are Ayala, Dorn, and Farah. And they are the families that you avoid when it comes to summoners, pretty much unanimously. Farah, you don't got to worry about. They're all Iagran dwarves. They're all locked in their little mountain. You haven't seen one of those in decades upon decades upon decades. Ayala and Dorn are still out there doing stuff. These are the only guys that can control demons of a certain level of power, control entities of a certain level of power. You know, I'd say like the ghost that we had is kind of like high tier control as a entity. You know, you can summon a ghost of that level of power and control it like a puppet. Now comes in our little friend here. His tattoos clearly are from both Iala and Dorn, meaning that he's utilizing the powers of both families and could potentially control entities much, much more powerful than a ghost. Say, for instance, me or a large demon, many, many times over the size. I mean, does anybody not know that I'm not a fallen angel? I mean, Kubo basically just said it a second ago, right?
Yeah, Dad, we talked about it a bit.
Okay, great. Police has already seen it. He change reverts form, you know, like explodes into this like 10-foot bleeding monster. Many, many eyes, huge bulking arms. It's great, much more comfortable. So that's why, like, you know, 30 years ago, I would have just killed you right now because it would totally be like, you know, 10 years from now, you'd come back and put a collar on me and it would be like dramatic irony that I didn't kill you 10 years ago. That's why I wanted to kill you right now because I've done this enough to know when something like you shows up, you kill it so it doesn't show up in 20 years. That is what just happened, just so everybody understands what we're dealing with here.
I immediately walk up to him, but like slowly, and then like just rubbing the beer on my face in amazement and just look at him and like analyze his entire being. I'm like, wow.
This
And I
feels,
just stand there.
feels invasive. Am I wrong? This feels invasive. Like you're.
No, I just want to
Well, it's gonna
understand.
be-
I just want to understand what's going on.
Do you
Okay.
think my dad is hot?
No, I just have to process the situation, and I just walk away. It's like I just have to process what was going on. It's fine. And I still just
Hey,
walk
if you
away,
think
rubbing my
dad's
beard.
hot, I mean,
Ariana's like, it's
Rubbing
fine.
my beard.
It's hot. It's fine. Peregrine kind of looks to you, Kyle, and basically goes, that's where I wanted to call you in here, is I think that this guy might need a babysitter for a little bit, and I'll make it worth your while. I'll make, you know, gold, money, power. I don't know exactly what you want. I know you got that Adlaria girl running around. I have contacts if you wanted to track her down for whatever you're, you know. But I know you're competent. You've got experience. You know how to hide a person. And because of what this kid did, whatever he did, the timeline of this whole divine, I mean, prejudice bill, let's call it what it is moved up a lot more.
Divine Registration Act.
yeah.
So yeah, what are people thinking as this happens over here?
Still rubbing my beard.
I'm still kind of wary about the cop being there, and I'm already just kind of like glancing at Leo, kind of like an artist, kind of like, yeah, how am I going to disguise this guy? Just, yeah.
During our dad's speech, I'm gonna say that Kubo probably definitely like Savage. I don't know about Dessa, depending on where she was looking. We all at different moments, like I don't know, just you know, how siblings kind of have that language to understand each other. Looking at like we're each gripping each other's swords or guns or what, like not like different. Like, are we gonna kill this guy? Does Dad want us to kill Leo? No, what? Okay. Trying not to show Leo, I guess. I don't know if he noticed.
You have one tool in your toolbox, and it's a hammer.
Yeah,
I
basically.
want to. I want to walk back to Kubo's dad and show him my arm, but I want to point to like the crackle parts, like not the tattoo itself, the extra things that happened from the ghost fight. It's like, so do you know what this is? Like, is this part of this? And I point back at the tattoo, or is this its own thing?
He looks down at it and kind of ponders. He goes, the in-depth nature of the tattoo, I'm not 100% certain, but if anything, it just confirms what I believe, that through conquering spirits or conquering divine entities, you will develop the power to conquer more and more powerful entities, meaning I should kill you right now, real bad, really, really want to, and I'm sorry about that. And he looks to his wife as like the double confirm, don't kill him, and she nods and he goes, but I'm not. Um,
So if and just saying this out there, obviously I'm not saying to do so, but if I were to just defeat you, then would I change a little from what I take from you?
yeah, wow. Yeah, I mean, you're really hooked on phonics, kid. Yep, you're getting it. Yep. Don't do that.
No, no, of course not. No, no. And I continue rubbing my beard. Okay, interesting. And I head
Father.
towards Kyle, and I'll leave him.
You just said,
Father.
yeah.
Sorry. If I may,
Shifts
Kubo's
away
gonna.
as Leo approaches.
Oh. Yeah. No, you guys, sorry. But I guess as this shifts, Kubo's gonna like try to walk up closer and speak quietly so that uh Leo, Kyle, maybe like no one else can really hear him. I mean, as much as he can. Like, maybe he's speaking to like one of his dad's extra eyes, like in his leg or something, because he's so powerful. But he's like, Dad, but what if you were to get like knowledge is power, right? And so I brought him here to you because perhaps you could bind him, therefore preventing him from being able to outright bind you someday or something.
He goes, great idea. He points to Ariana, and Ariana walks up and she goes, that's my thinking as well. That's my tactical positioning as well. Leopold, you seem like a very reasonable person. You wouldn't seem to be the person to just.
Wait, real quick. I was trying to make sure that no one else heard that but me and my dad. Like, if
Oh yeah,
he
I
talks
left.
to my
Yeah.
mom in her mind, that's
Oh,
chill.
I see. Gotcha. No,
I just real quick was like, no.
Ariana will be saying this regardless of your stuff. She wasn't hearing you. She's like walking
Okay.
in. And so we can retcon that other people have heard that. She walks up and goes, yes, you see, we are not barbarians anymore, or your father is not, and we want to use whatever tactical, advantage we have available. And Leopold, you are a tactical advantage alive and not dead, as long as you are allied with us. Now, of course, the question still stands. What were you doing to cause that fire at the university? Have you summoned something there?
Well, if I'm going to be working with you all, I guess I'll try to be as honest as possible. And I do a little fake smile. uh, so with our families, we all have our own special summon in a way. I'll do air quotes. Where it's kind of like a roulette, where it's based on it reading the spell it goes through. It's a lot of explanation that I don't want to go through. You're not, no offense, but you're not well educated in that form. But it was something new that I never tried, and it failed. Nothing happened. And Then I woke up one night from the fire and I felt like I did see something, but it was probably just the smoke that was filling up the entire school.
Peregrine
Notice
sits
how in
up.
that notice how in that story that I didn't say I started a fire? Remember this, and I point at everyone.
No. Okay. You didn't.
On behalf of the artificer community, sometimes explosions happen. They're utterly unavoidable, just natural occurrences.
A Peregrine sits up and says, "Fair, Kyle. Thank you. No, Leopold. What you mentioned? You saw something. Was it like an omen? Something? Was it a creature? Was it a star collection? Describe what you saw, because something's connecting for me."
Well, it was a like a black like a raven crow thing.
Raven
It had four eyes.
Four
They were
eyes.
red, I'm pretty sure. And that was it. Then it just disappeared real quick.
He looks at you and does like a big belly laugh, like like huge, big, like goofy laugh. Totally breaks the tension of the garden area.
What's so funny, sir? And I point at him.
It was you, and he points at you. Now he says something here, and I want specifically Maddie to roll insight on stuff.
Okay.
On this part. He goes, "So I know what you did, kid, and I have some insights for you to summon better next time. Go for smaller fish. It would be my advice." Basically, he goes, "So you yanked the chain of a demon way outside your weight class. You really you were trying to call up end of days level demon, and there are a lot of protections from that happening. So of course you failed, but I've heard about it, and I'm an angel. I have more connections than divinity. I heard about it from some of my connections. So next time you try to summon somebody, maybe go for a smaller weight class."
Well, sir, no offense, but since you know nothing of our teaching, seeing how this is crafted from two families that you're not even a part of. So you are not aware of their secrets, and you're underestimating my skills. And I point at him with a waggly finger.
When he does
You
that,
failed, so clearly he
Kubo
wasn't.
gonna start to laugh.
Yeah, Kubo starts to laugh. Yeah, the Circle family starts to laugh, and he goes, "Man, I'm like 5,000 years old. Like,
He didn't underestimate you. You clearly failed.
There was
Also,
something there.
did you see that with that insight check?
yeah, what'd you get there?
I got an 18.
Hey, the contact he's talking about, you haven't heard about, and you've heard about almost all of his contacts. So it's someone he's keeping secret from you."
So I gotta talk to my dad. All right, thank you. Anyways, but yeah, definitely laughing at you. No offense.
Yeah, I love
Wait,
Leo.
I'm getting laughed at?
Yeah, you're getting laughed at very much. I think even
Oh, bet. I immediately stand straighter than I already was. And I walk into the center of this room, the center, and look at everyone. And I pour everything in my soul,
Oh, no.
And I put my arm in the air and my other hand covering the tattoo and like squeezing it a little and trying to summon this creature right here, right now to prove everyone wrong. And I say the incantation, "Come forth and plague this land in darkness." And let this plain know true despair.
Kubo takes his sword out.
Arashi, come forth.
Wow. Okay, what are you doing?
Oh, Kubo just takes their sword out and he gives his dad a look like, so like.
He stands up and he walks over to you, and he's not being condescending. He stops laughing. He puts his hands up. "Okay, everybody, calm down. I've got a lot of wards up here. Now, look, the fact that you yanked on him is a big deal. He's a big demon. So I'm not chagrining you. I'm chagrining you for threatening me, because I'm of the same level of demon as he is, and all you could do to him was basically annoy him. So all the demon, and I'll give you the name because it's important that you know. It's Beelbolus. That's the demon that you yanked from down there under. What was the name of the demon you were calling other before?
Arashi. That was the name of the demon I called.
That's enough smaller demon. That's fine. As you say this, your spell starts to take effect, and your summon appears. What does it look like?
That was for my class. These are demons that you could reshape into anything you wish for per level. So every level I could reshape it to any form. It's kind of like the familiar spell,
Gotcha.
where like every time it dies, you can resummon as whatever.
What does it look like?
So I will resummon it, but as that bird, so it could take that shape, but it won't have the four eyes effect. It will just have the basic single eyes, but I'll make them red. It'll still be blackish with a little purple hint to it. Raven, and there'll be two.
Okay.
Two will come.
Ravens sink out of the shadows on the ground, and they're big, right? Like they're big birds.
Oh no, they're like a forearm size, like arm size. Arm, yeah.
Okay. So he looks at him and goes, "Oh, well, look, see, clearly you have the talent. I'm not saying you're not terrifying. I'm saying you're like a baby terrifying. You're kind of like, like 20 years from now, I'll be shaking in my boots situation. Again, why I'd normally kill you. But yeah, you've summoned these things, and they're present. And I think the police officer is kind of the most separate from everyone, just kind of gives a small clap. He's like, oh, wow.
Thank you. And I like shake my hand towards him, like thanking him so well. And I pick up my two birds and put them each on on either both shoulders, and I will go sit in the corner quietly.
He goes, so Peregrine finally stops and goes, so I think everybody kind of understands what's going on here. He's a powerful tool that we got to just kind of keep a watch on. And look, Arashi is great demon, smaller scale demon, great one to call up. Beelbolus, the guy you got before, not so great. He will cause fires and do stuff. That's something that you have power to do and need to control. Heads up to you, Leopold. Yeah. I'm gonna
wipe the tears.
There's like a transition here going, so I want everybody to give me their final thoughts, and then I'll let you know what's happening.
I'm thinking someone else can go real quick.
Well, I would say with this whole exchange, Kubo is actually probably a little bit stressy again, because the whole point of bringing Leo and like he felt so proud and like dealing with the situation last time with Deza and everything is because he's like, oh boy, like this is gonna be so great and like this is gonna be great for Dad. And then he brings Leo in and his dad's like, oh yeah, normally I'd kill you because you would like hurt me someday. So we saw the things happen and all this stuff and like I feel honestly Kubo's just kind of like, okay, so am I gonna get nearful for this? Am I gonna like get later?
Gotcha. I think the siblings are looking around at each other and they all have that same thought of like, are we in trouble? Like,
Yeah.
But so far he hasn't even looked angrily at any of you. Your mother has been very serene. So far you have no indication you're in trouble.
Cool.
What's Kyle thinking?
I'm gonna sleight of hand like doves out of my arm. That's just all he's gonna do. You summon birds, and as an entertainer, I feel threatened by this. So just
Oh my gosh.
birds.
The police officer looks over and laughs again. Suzanne has left the garden, and then Leopold, you've already said a lot of what's going on, but what's your feeling right now?
Well, butt hurt slightly, but other than that, I guess I gave out everything I know at the moment. So I guess I'll wait to see their outcome of the cause, and I'll wait until I feel like I need to speak up.
So, um, they rolled really poorly. So you're all going to get an opportunity to avoid the first effect very easily. You don't even have to make the save. So as you're standing there, you hear noises and this is the city, so there's like car noise and everything. There's kind of general noise pollution from a ways off, not super close, but you hear motion closer than it should be. And there's kind of this like split second, it's 10 seconds where everybody looks around and realizes they're not alone. And the cop looks around and realizes that he's not alone, and you see him thinking furiously. And all at the same time, about 6 small steel canisters get lobbed over the garden walls and land in the central area along the pool and start to emit a soft white gas. What you're being detected enables you to start holding your breath. So your first round, you do not need to make a save against whatever this gas is, because you recognize it's emitting gas. You hear the noises. You know what's going on. The officer is
Question.
like, yes.
I was sitting on the floor, so do I have disadvantage on that?
If you would like to not be holding your breath once the gas comes in, that's totally fine. But that's why I took your passive perceptions, and they rolled really poorly on their stealth.
Oh, okay. They did really poorly. Okay, never mind that.
Yes, Kubo.
Okay, so since this is like a surprise and everything too, is it okay? Can Kubo yell out? I mean, I'm sure everyone's yelling out, but probably telling his dad and mom like to take his mom, like get out of there.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. He looks about. He goes, and starts running, trying to get to Ariana. We're gonna jump into a bit of what's the word? Initiative here. So everybody roll me initiative rolls.
I scared. Wait, question.
Yeah.
I think I asked this last time, but I kind of forgot what you said. Since I have 2 summons now, do they each have their own turn, or do they share one turn?
We'll have them go after your initiative.
Okay.
Nice.
Like separately or together?
Together.
Together.
Okay, what's all the initiatives we're getting here? Okay, I'm looking at rolls.
You got 15. I haven't seen anybody else.
Sorry, I was
21.
reading.
I can
wow.
share my D&D Beyond too if I need to with people or however.
Oh my god. 5.
Rip.
Awesome.
Rolling low tonight. What's up?
So, Kubo, you're the first to act.
Okay, can I start channeling divinity, or is that a separate action?
You have a full round here. You know that the canisters came from over the walls, and you can see motion at the top of the garden walls, but that's all.
Okay, let's see if I can do anything with this. See. Let's see. No, but I do. Okay. So, he's going to try to. I'm just checking out some of my other spells. Sorry, peeps.
Good. We might have to do one last reset for the room, but that's really fine.
Okay. He's gonna try to like attack one of the canisters. I'm hoping that like if I break it and the game mechanics, that canister stops emitting gas.
Yes, I'm okay with that. It will still affect you for this round, but then it will not have the same prolonged effect, and later checks will be less hard.
Cool. So he's gonna move to do that. I don't know if I guess just the closest one to him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm presuming everyone's holding their breath, and that will become important later on. But yeah, you can roll to hit it, and they do not have a ton of HP, so if you break one of them, it will help you.
So to hit, I got a 16, which hopefully hits.
Definitely hits.
And I get an extra action, so it got 9 + 6 damage, which is, I think 13. I have to check my
This is
math.
your sword.
Jeez.
Oh, sorry, 15 damage. Yeah.
Okay, so you slash down on it. You're still holding your breath. The gas becomes more intense in the area around you, but it is no longer leaking out.
Okay.
So this next turn, all the saves will be exactly the same, but then after that, it will not be as hard. Moving on, your father goes boom, 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 out of the pool, jumps over it, grabs your mother, tries to run for the gate or run out of there. He's protecting her as much as he can. As he crosses the threshold of like this balloon of gas, you hear pop, 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 and 3 different attacks that were prepared go after him.
Ooh.
Not my papa. Just kidding.
And mama.
Yeah.
I mean, I think mama's good. She covered by
Hopefully.
big alien tentacle.
21.
I'm gonna send a picture of what I think Peregrine looks like. Oh my goodness.
His many eyes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm so scared right now. I'm not even gonna lie that my mom or dad is gonna die.
this is mean. I'm being mean. So you see pop, 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 3 different things go after him, and you realize that these aren't gunshots. These are like pellet gunshots. And you see he's hit, but they don't pierce his skin. Instead, they are like big bruises, and it's clear that these are like beanbag, like they're shooting rubber bullets at them.
Cop.
And you see that after like he hits twice, and then one hits him really solidly, and he fails his con save. He does a deep breath in, and he's going to have to resist. See how much of this gas he takes in.
After that, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's at least 2 paladins in here, right? Or whatever Savages. But so if we're both channeling divinity, and we've established in the last game that when I channel divinity, my dad can kind of get a little piece of what's happening because he recognized Kyle when we were in the gambling, whatever. Would it be safe to assume that we can kind of sort of maybe not necessarily like message each other, but maybe like share emotions or feelings? So perhaps to Savage, I'm like feeling or trying to communicate with emotions in a sense of like get out or like fear, like run away in a sense, or like maybe a fear more associated with cops, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's a possibility, but at least we can all understand what's happening.
For sure. I think everybody goes, oh, there's kind of this moment where everyone's holding their breath. This is all kind of in the moment. Your mother falls out of his arms as he's forced to stop as he's hit so many times, but he's still up and conscious, even though he's breathing a ton of gas, although he looks woozy. Your mother hits the ground. 2 more gunshots go after her.
Mama, no.
And that will both be 2 hits as well. 8, 10.
I'm gonna kill some cops.
Pop some bullets in them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to get guns first. I think Kyle has a gun, but I don't think I saw.
What? No, no.
Oh, see, yeah.
Right.
I'm delusional. I'm hysterical.
Leo is
Hallucinating. This gas is crazy.
Okay, now there's one more check for her. Sorry, there's
Oh
a
my
lot of
gosh.
dice moving on over here.
It's fine. I'm on some gas.
So you see her hit the ground, get shot twice by like rubber bullets that like hit her in the chest, and then she does a deep breath in, like in shock, and then you see her slump asleep. But you can tell that the rubber bullets were non-lethal damage, so she's just asleep.
Well, shit.
Now it is everybody else's turn. Peregrine and Ariana had their turn. Officer Harlow stands up, looks around, and he's actually going to flee in the same direction. He can double move. He starts running and then looks to you guys as if like, oh, is this going to look like I'm betraying? And then stays. Actually, he runs, picks up Ariana, and runs into the house with her. And
Okay.
you don't see any other shots come after him. Lauren is in the building, so he's safe.
Protected the child.
Smart move. Yeah.
Essa goes over to your father and just preps with her daggers and stands between him and where she thinks the shots are. And Savage does the same as they're holding their breath. Now it is Cop's turn. And they are going to take. You hear a lot of noises up above on the wall, and then there are going to be a bunch of other hits, and they look like they are shooting one for each person. So let me know if any of these hit you guys. That's a 25 for Leo, or excuse me, Kyle.
Yep.
26 for Leo.
Oh, yes.
19 for Kubo.
Well, shit.
Okay.
Wait, no, it does hit me. Never mind. I got excited.
This is full ambush level, so I know it's really mean. So now that's 3 damage on Kyle, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. That is 9 damage on Leo, Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
13
Not the
damage
boy.
on Kubo, Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, are you serious? Okay.
Quick question. I also have the 2 damage that I had prior to getting punched. Do I have that carrying over to
I
this
think
point?
you still do.
Oh, okay.
Just for funny's sake.
That's hilarious. I got
Oh,
oh
the
my god, an
save!
8.
Fuck yes. Okay. I get a +1 on saves. Thank you. Thank you. I got a 17 on my Constitution save, even though I took 13
awesome.
damage.
You manage to hold your breath and you don't gasp in the air from getting hit with the rubber bullet.
Are any of these cops close enough for me to have like a reaction to them to attack them?
On them. You can see them on the walls now. They all have gas masks on, and you can see that some of them are getting ready to jump into the plaza.
Do I take gas? I got an 8.
You do take gas.
No.
No, Leo.
I don't want the smoke.
No, you don't. Well,
I'm about to go
team.
to sleep. I'm about to go to sleep real quick. Or poisoned or something.
You see Dessa take a big gulp of air from getting hit with a bullet, but she does not go down. She is still staying up with her daggers.
Sick. How is Savage doing?
Savage didn't get hit. He managed to avoid the bullet.
That's my brother. Hell yeah.
But he looks messed up. He looks like he's already injured. What did you get, Kyle?
12.
Okay. So what did you get for your Constitution save? Oh no, that was 5. Okay. This is going to be for both Kyle and Leopold. If this
I got 12 on my con save.
Sorry, what?
12 on my con save.
12 on your con save. Okay. So both of you, this isn't damage, but this is sleep effect, basically. And so 16, 18. If you have less than 18 hit points, you fall asleep.
Oh my god, do I die? Wait, question. Is this I didn't see the item. So is this a magical item or is this like an artifact like technology?
This is like technology. This is like they are pouring sleeping gas into
No, I'm immune to magic that puts me to sleep.